Hello students, myself Maitri Dave and today we are going to discuss about the water resistance. So let us begin our today's lecture. So first let me give you the introduction about water resistance. So to understand water resistance or waterproofing of a structure, we have to first understand about the water leakage in the building. Here you can see a clear image where you can get the idea about the water leakage. The term water leakage in the building is used to mean the coming out of water from the components like wall and the floors of the building. It is observed in the building industry that 99% of the water leakage problems are concentrated on the terrace roof and in the toilets, right? The water leakage in the building is the most common problem, particularly in all type of buildings such as the residential flats, hospitals, offices, school buildings, and etc. So, let us find the reasons and preventive measures for this water leakage first. So, it is necessary to prevent water leakage in all the buildings so as to provide healthy and happy environment. It will also avoid damages to household articles, costly paintings, and short circuiting of the electrical wiring. The defects which cause water leakages in the building can be grouped in the following three categories. Where the first one is defects due to the poor maintenance, second is the defects in the construction, and third one is the defects in the design. So let us see all three defects in detail. So here the first one is the defects due to the poor maintenance. So the neglected maintenance along with weathering and aging leads to the water leakage in the existing buildings. The flowing water is dynamic and rushes through valves, traps, washers, taps and cogs situated several places in the building. These things are subjected to constant wear and tear and they therefore require periodical maintenance. Following are some measures to be taken to minimize water leakage due to the poor maintenance, where the first one is the filling of joints, second is improper use of toilets, third is the joints in the floor of toilets, and fourth is the replacement of the taps. So let me give you idea about the first one in detail, which is filling of joints. The joints in the drainage system should be filled with rich cement mortar. Due to aging, the strength of cement mortar deteriorates, resulting in leakage through the cracked joints. The remedy lies in filling such joints initially with epoxy mortar or at least at the later stage while repairing the same. It means it is necessary to educate the public for properly using the toilet system. For instance, in drainage system of public hospitals, it is observed that the patients and their relatives misuse the toilet systems by throwing bandages, cotton waste, injection bottles, etc. It is ultimately leads to choking of the drainage system. Now, the third one is the joints in the floor of toilets. It means the joints in the tiles of bath and water closet are filled with the white cement. These joints get looser after continuous use and require periodical maintenance and sealing with white cement. Next is the fourth one, which is replacement of taps. So the leaking water tap lead to colossal waste of filtered water and avoidable water leakage in the building. So it is necessary to provide good quality bipcocks initially and go on replacing washers periodically, whether required or not, as a preventive maintenance measure. So these four are the measures that we can take for a proper maintenance. Now let me give you an idea about the second one, which is the defects in the construction. So the defects at the construction stage include honeycombing in concrete, use of defective materials, bad workmanship, and so that the remedial measures to avoid water leakage due to such defects are as follows, like the defective concrete, door frame joint near toilet, plumbing, push cocks, rainwater spouts, seal to terrace door, and waterproofing of terrace. So let me give you an idea about the first one, defective concrete. So the provision of well-designed compacted dense concrete with proper curing can solve the number of leakage problem in the particular building. Second is door frame joint near toilet. It means the joint between the door frame and the flooring of bath and water closet should be made leak proof by applying epoxy mortar or cement slurry. Third one is the plumbing. So the joints in the building of WC seats and non-heat traps should be filled with rich cement mortar and cured for 7 days. If curing is not properly done, the rich cement mortar gets cracked and leads to that leakage. So if possible, one pipe where P-trap should be used to reduce the one joint in the drainage system, and it should be fixed before waterproofing of the WC block is started. The concussive shaking type push cock fitted for the flushing of WC pans leads to vibration, and consequently the joints in the drainage system get dislodged and lose water tightness. So it is therefore desired to provide wheel valves or other suitable valves which do not cause vibrations. Fifth one is the rainwater spouts. It means the improper fixing of the rainwater spouts in the roof slab lead to leakage. For instance, if the rainwater spout is fixed at a high level, the water stagnates and the leakage starts. Sixth one is the seal to terrace door. It means if the terrace door is not provided with the seal, the water will find entry in the staircase through the doors. Seventh one is the waterproofing of terrace. So to prevent leakage from the roof, the terrace should be given proper waterproofing treatment. And the joint between terrace slab and parapet wall should be properly finished to avoid the leakages. Now let me give you the idea about the third one, which is defects in design. So the defects in planning and design can be avoided in pre-construction stage by entrusting the work to experienced and well-trained architect and engineer. Some of the measures to avoid water leakage due to faulty planning are as follows, where the first one is design of the floor slab, design of rainwater spouts, fixing of the knee traps, location of sanitary blocks, relief valves, slope of terrace slab and the water tanks. So let us start with the first one, which is design of floor slab. So it should be seen that the design of floor slab and centering should be such that the local stagnation of water does not occur. Second is the design of rainwater spouts. It means the rainwater spouts of less than 100 mm diameter should not be used. It is also desirable to provide one spout for every 40 meter square area of terrace. Third one is the fixing of non-heat traps. So the non-heat traps are required for toilets, kitchen sinks, wash basins, etc. So the pockets of clear size of 300 by 300 by 150 mm should be provided to accommodate the non-heat traps, and their location should be clearly shown in the plan. Fourth one is the location of the sanitary blocks. It means it is desirable to detach the sanitary blocks in the planning stage only. Such a criteria will help in keeping the building usable even if the sanitary block suffers from leakage. It will also avoid the spreading of dampness in the rest of the building. The entire sanitary block should be shrunk to a sufficient depth of accommodate the items of sanitation. The engineer should supply a detailed plumbing drawing of the sanitary block showing the slope carrying the urinal effluent or waste basing effluent, generals of pipes and slope of gutter, or we can say the slope of the toilet flooring. Fifth one is the relief valves. It means it is necessary to provide break pressure relief valve at suitable vertical distance in multi-story building to prevent seepage of water through the plumbing system. Sixth one is the slope of terrace slab. So the minimum slope of 1 in 100 to 1 in 60 should be clearly shown on the terrace plan. It will help in adjusting the slope in centering with uniform thickness of roof slab. So the suitable provision of terrace slope would result in smooth disposal of rainwater. Seventh one is the water tank. For overhead RCC water storage tank, it should be seen that the permissible limits of stresses relating to resistance to cracking are not exceeded. The detailed bar bending schedule should not be supplied by the design. The bottom slab of overhead water tank should be placed 1 meter above the roof slab. It will facilitate proper centering during construction and also for locating and repairing the leakage after construction. So these three topics we have discussed in detail. Now let us talk about some of the waterproofing of flat roofs. So all the flat roofs in the modern age are generally constructed of reinforced cement concrete. This material removes all the defects of flat roofs except that the roof should be made waterproof by employing any one of the following four methods. Where the first one is the finishing, second is the bedding concrete and flooring, third is the mastic asphalt and jute cloth, and fourth is the use of waterproofing compounds. So let us start with the first method, which is finishing. So we can say for ordinary buildings of cheap construction, the finishing of roof surface is done at the time of laying cement concrete. The finishing of flat roof is carried out in cement mortar of proportion 1:4. It means 1 part of cement to the 4 part of sand by its volume. Now the second one is the bedding concrete and the flooring. It means what? In this method, the surface of RCC slab is kept rough and on this surface a layer of concrete is laid as shown in this figure. So the concrete may be brick beds, lime concrete of 1:2:4 or brick bed cement concrete of 1:6:12 or we can say 1:5:10. So the thickness of the concrete layer is about 100 mm and the surface of the bedding concrete is provided by the suitable flooring such as the tiles, terrazzo, Indian pattern stones, etc. A convex corner joint is provided at the junction of parapet wall and roof as shown in this figure. So you will get a clear idea from this image. Now the third one is the mastic asphalt and the jute cloth. It means what? In this method, a layer of hot mastic asphalt is laid the roof surface. The jute cloth is sprayed over this layer. This one more layer of mastic asphalt is applied so that the jute cloth is sandwiched between the two layers of the mastic asphalt. Tile sand is then sprinkled over the entire surface of roof. For better grip, the lead sheets are inserted at the junction of parapet wall and roof as shown in this figure. Now the fourth one is the use of waterproofing compounds. So some of the waterproofing compounds are like Uldo and the Imperm, which are available in the market, and when such a compound is added to cement during construction, it prevents seepage, leakage and damp caused by the capillary absorption of the moisture in the cement, mortar and the concrete. So the quantity of waterproofing compound to be added is also very small, say up to 2%, and thus a bag of cement will require only about 10 Newton of such compound. The waterproof compounds are available in the powder form and they are to be mixed thoroughly with the cement by hand before the cement is mixed with the aggregate. Here you can see the Dr. Fixate is one of the example of this kind of waterproofing compounds. Here some of the advantages are there which are claimed by using a waterproofing compound of good quality as follows. So generally it corrects a badly proportioned cement mixture. It also cures immature green concrete. It makes good concrete from the poor materials and it permits less rigid supervision of the workmanship. So these all are the advantages of it. With this, we have discussed all these waterproofing of flat roofs. I hope you all understand all the topics in detail. Thank you for watching. See you soon in the next lecture.